Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is the fourth installment of the Mission Impossible series and was directed by Brad Bird, and it's actually his first live-action film, his second being Tomorrowland. But he has come from a lot of animated films like The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and I have not seen The Iron Giant yet, but I will. What this movie's about is the IMF is completely dissolved because of a mission gone wrong at the Kremlin, and now Ethan Hunt and his team, Simon Pegg, Paula Patton, and Jeremy Renner, have to track down this one evil guy that has a bunch of launch codes to blow up a bunch of stuff. Now, I was really looking forward to this movie back in 2011. I watched all three Mission Impossible movies to get hyped for that movie, and I really liked the way it looked. I liked The Incredibles and Ratatouille. They're so good. I have not seen Iron Giant yet, though. And Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is actually my favorite. I have not seen Rogue Nation yet, but I don't think it's going to be able to top Ghost Protocol. Tom Cruise killed it as Ethan Hunt once again. I don't know what it is, but I think this Mission Impossible movie kind of shows a different side to Ethan Hunt. I don't know why I feel that way, because it seems like the same character, but overall, Tom Cruise kills it once again. Like, he's gonna play Ethan Hunt forever, and I love that. And Simon Pegg, his role was expanded, and he was hilarious. More hilarious this time. I loved his jokes. I love that he was in the movie more, and I can't wait to see him in Rogue Nation. And Paula Patton, not only is she hot, not as hot as Anna Kendrick, but she can kick some serious butt. I love that she had that kind of personality. She was hot but could kick butt. And she actually has a character. She has a bit of a backstory. And that kind of shows later on in the movie. And I also like Jeremy Renner in this movie. He was so good. He kind of has this past connecting to Ethan Hunt in a way involving his wife. And I really like that tension, like in the middle of the movie when stuff starts to come out. You could kind of feel the tension happening later on. And that's another thing that this movie nails entirely is the team chemistry. You didn't really feel the team chemistry in Mission Impossible 3. And in fact, you couldn't really feel it in Mission Impossible 2. But in this movie, the team chemistry is at its best. Sorry, Mission Impossible 1, but this movie, the team was fantastic. In fact, later at the end of the movie, Tom Cruise has this speech where nothing on our mission worked. We were in the dark with no backup, but the only thing that functioned was this team. And I really like that overall feel was that the team did succeed. They were good. And in fact, the whole movie was kind of carried by their chemistry. If the movie had completely different people as them, then it probably wouldn't have worked, but I'm so glad that it worked out so well because the team chemistry was the best. Not only that, but the suspense throughout the whole movie was created when all their stuff started to fail. There are little gloves that Tom Cruise uses to climb up that Dubai tower. By the way, that scene is phenomenal. I am so bummed that I didn't get to see it in IMAX because oh my god, that scene was awesome. But yeah, his gloves start to work while he's climbing. A laser cutter fails to open up a glass window. The mask-making machine fails. The thing they always use in the Mission Impossible movies, the masks. That machine fails. So when all their stuff starts to break, you can kind of feel their tension building. And I really like that aspect when everything starts to fail and your tension starts to rise because you rely on some of these things, so you just have to now rely on the team, yourself. And I love that. There's always something that goes wrong, there's always a problem to fix, and that creates a lot of suspense throughout the movie, and it really shows in these action sequences. Another thing to really add to the suspense is that Ethan Hunt is constantly chased by this Russian cop who thinks that he blew up the Kremlin. Yeah, spoiler alert, it was in the trailers, whatever. The Kremlin gets bombed while the IMF are on a mission, and the cop thinks that Ethan did it, so he's constantly being chased by this cop, and that adds a lot of suspense too, because the cop isn't really a bad guy, he just thinks that Ethan Hunt did it. And another thing to add to the suspense also is this assassin chick villain that's in it, who is pretty dangerous. And now you might be able to tell where I'm going with this. I'm mentioning the assassin, so now it's time to mention the villain. How is he? He's the worst one in the entire series. I am not exaggerating when I say this. The villain in this movie is the worst. He does nothing, and somehow is able to fend off against Ethan Hunt in the last battle. All he is this big evil guy that wants to blow up a lot of places because he just can't. That doesn't make an interesting villain. What makes an interesting villain is a guy who has a motive and has a personality. If you're just gonna give me a big evil guy, at least give him a personality besides just that. Like Ultron, his character was a bit rushed in the beginning, but what really made him my favorite MCU villain was his personality. He's sarcastic and he's funny, and so when you have a villain that's just a big evil guy, it doesn't work. But overall, Mission Impossible 4 is spectacular. Besides the villain, and a nitpick again, the opening credits show more scenes from the movie that's about to be played, just like the first Mission Impossible. Why are you spoiling your own movie? Other than that nitpick and the villain, I really love Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. It might be my favorite, I'm not sure. We'll find out when I see Rogue Nation. But I'm gonna give Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol an A. It is a spectacular movie. Go see it if you haven't seen it yet, because it is the best Mission Impossible movie. Maybe. But if you have seen Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, leave in the comments below what you thought of it. And I'm going to be seeing Rogue Nation tomorrow night, and I'm excited, and you should be too. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.